Okay, so on to the week of March 12th to 18th. And this was the first week and maybe the only week so far that I used a bit of a color scheme or a coordination element in my week. And I guess the theme for this week was craft. I used a lot of craft. I got my first Studio Calico kit this week, and so that features prominently both in the journaling and in some of the parts of the design. And yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about this. So for the title, this is just the title that the, I got a stand to do this, I guess. This is the title from the Cobalt Collection kit. And I just put a band of craft and a little label. These are Anna Griffin labels from ages ago. And then for this is just a little thing where I journaled about the fact that I was excited to get my first Studio Calico kit. And so this background piece here with all the different patterns on it is a Studio Calico ad. And then I took the label that came on my brown paper bag and I just peeled it off really carefully and stuck it on here. And I stuck this word beautiful, which is a K & Company sticker. So that's what I did there. And then here, I do a lot of these, you'll notice, where I put a, I think I do these a lot because it's easy for me to print photos like this. This is a 2x3 photo, and because it's 3 wide and 2, it takes up half of a 3x4 card, and so it's perfect for, you know, making the top and then putting a piece of washi tape and then doing some journaling. So you'll notice these a lot. And so this was, I ordered sushi for the last time from the place because my office is moving, or it's already moved now, but at this point it was going to move. So I just did some journaling about how much I'm going to miss the sushi. Olivia did some journaling here because she had stayed overnight at, this was her March break, and she had stayed overnight at her aunt's house, her and her sister. So she did some journaling about that. And then this is the airmail label that I got from my Scrapbook Supplies online design kit, which was the first design kit I ever got. That's the first design team I've been on, so that was exciting for me. Happy mail, so I journal about that too. So, and then this is just a basic gray sticker, and I've been using stickers that I have in my stash that are like the last one or the last 2 on a set. I've been trying to not break into new sticker sets for Project Life. I'm trying to make it be all about using up what I already have. And then this is this background piece here that looks kind of like eyeshadows, or like an aerial shot of farms, I guess. This is from the Studio Calico advertisement card that comes with it, and so I just layered it behind, and I've got a little journaling card here with some washi tape. And then this is my other daughter's winter carnival was this week, so the preschool one was this week, and she only goes 2 days a week, and she was sick one of those days because the same bug that was going through her house that week ended up going through our house this week, and so she only attended pajama day because of that, so that's why I circled that. And then that's the mini album I made for little baby Chase. You guys probably saw that because it's on my YouTube video. And then here's the second page of the same week. I got my, this is one of the other designs. It's design D. So I think this is my first time. No, I used a couple of them in my Disney. But this is one of the few times that I used design D. I actually don't like design D. Actually, I kind of hate it, you guys. It's really nice on the week that you choose to use it, but then you're stuck with using it again the next week, which I wasn't too happy about. I guess I didn't think very far ahead. Just because I've trained myself to take landscape-oriented photos just for Project Life, and so that's what I'm used to doing now, so having all of these portrait places is really irritating. But anyways, so I got my Instax camera. That's what the box looks like. Piano black. And it's by Fuji, and it's the Instax Mini 50S that I got. It's really cool, you guys. It's really, really cool. So I layered another one of those Studio Calico ads in behind it. And then I put a whole bunch of Instax photos. This was actually the very first photo I ever took. So I put the number 1 on it, and then these are just some more. Olivia learned to knit that weekend. She was at her Nana's house. And then this was St. Patrick's Day, so I used green ink to put March 17th 3 times, and did some journaling about what we did that day. And then I took a picture of our dog, and I had this Cosmo Cricket thing sitting around, or it might be, actually I think it's sassafras. And Olivia journaled "You're So Beautiful" on that. And then I bought an iPad that week. Look, I put that and that on the same week. Aren't we crazy? But we had some extra money from something, so that was why we did a bit of extra spending. And we also did some bill payments and that sort of thing. Anyways, so I journaled all the way around about the story about how we didn't think that we'd be able to get it because we didn't pre-order it and we didn't wait in a big long lineup. But yet we walked into a store at noon and just bought one, so they were still available. We were pretty lucky, I think. So I put "need it," and then I meant to put "got it" down here, but I forgot. So, and then this is one of my first photos that I took with my iPad. It's just a picture of our neighborhood back in March, mid-March. And I used the HDR setting to make it look like it was a HDR photo. And that's just a K & Company sticker that I put on there. So this is the next week. This week was tricky because of those Design D pages there that I wasn't used to using. So, and also I got the Girls Paperie. I got some of those word stickers, and they come with a bunch of letter stickers that I didn't really care for, so I decided to use them for this, and then I gave the rest of them to my daughter to use. So I pretended that this was one long strip instead of 2 pockets, and I just wrote out the word March and then the 19th to 25th as my title instead of just putting my title there. And these are falling out a little bit. And then I just did a little bit of layering, and it looks kind of weird, but I put an Amy Tan sticker there because I got an order from 2Ps, I think, that had Amy Tan stuff in it, or I don't know what. Oh yes, and then we wrote our last round of preschool checks. I blurred out the check information in there. But yeah, so that was an exciting moment. So I had to take a picture of our last checks ever for preschool. This I cut on my Silhouette, on my Cameo. Find joy every day. And then I doodled it with my pen. And I did a layout with this too. This was an extra one. I cut 2 because I didn't know what size I'd want. And this, I think this was the bigger one, so I put it in Project Life. And then that's a picture of my first Studio Calico kit, just all waiting for it to be scrapped. And then this is what I do sometimes in Project Life. It's nice to do a screen capture of your day and the time and then journal about what you were doing then. And so that's what I did, and talked about after school. What Scott did with the girls was they did an alphabet safari. I just made up these little forms for them, and they each had to go looking for, they each had a camera. Sophie's camera was really old and ended up breaking on this activity, but they each had a camera and they were going around finding the letters of their names, either in things like this is an S and this is an O, or like this is C for Christmas light. So either in things or starting with things. So that's SCOTT for Scott. And then for the girls, I ended up doing an insert for what the girls came up with. So this is the insert. It says Alphabet Safari, just with, this is a Jenny Bolin stamp on book paper and then cut out. And then these are Making Memories letters, really old ones, and then these are sassafras letters. And so there's what Sophie came up with. S for snow, this is an O, a P is for picnic table. She found the H in that street sign. This is the I. This is, oh, E is for end of the road, because we live by a cul-de-sac. We actually live on a cul-de-sac. And then I didn't want to do the exact same thing for Olivia, so I just put a mishmash, trying to use up thickers. So I put a mishmash of thickers there. And O, and then L is for leaf. And then I is this little plant. V is for van, even though it's not really a van. I is, it sort of is, it's got the sliding doors. It's one of those. I is for the light post, and A is right there. So that was kind of fun. It was fun to do that. And now for this half of this week, I'll just show you what I did. I documented, I used the 6x6, and this is the first time I used this. This was a lot of fun. I love this design. It's design E. And so on this square, I just journaled about getting my silhouette. And so after I redeemed this gift card, I just used that on that. And then on this corner here, I did another, I kind of did like a 4x4 within a 4x4, a 2x2 within a 2x2. So this is about, we went to the Discovery Center and we got an annual pass. So I journaled about it and took a couple pictures. And then I put We Heart roller coasters because they were, pardon me, they were working on the roller coasters. My voice is gonna go, I think, guys. So now in this corner, I just picked a piece of background paper that I thought was pretty, and I just put my card in there. This is the card. When I got home from work and my silhouette was there waiting for me, Scott actually wasn't home yet, and so I ran downstairs, plugged it in, and without knowing anything about the Cameo, I cut this awesome card and this awesome Amy Tan camera. This is like the first day without having done anything. I don't know how to use this machine. I just plug it in, do the best I can based on what I know about the Cricut. And look at what I got. Isn't it pretty? I just put a piece of vellum on behind and I wrote a little note. It's actually a thank you card for my husband because he stayed home all that day because actually the Cameo arrived the day before and the UPS people wouldn't leave it because we had to pay customs on it. And so I came home and I was so disappointed that it wasn't there because Scott stayed home most of the day and then he just went across the street to get the kids and he was there for like half an hour and that's when the bloody van came, of course. So I was disappointed. I wasn't upset at him or anything, but I was really disappointed that I didn't get my Cameo the first night. And so the second day I was like, Scott, don't go out, don't go out. I texted him all through the day, are you home? Don't go out. So I sent him a nice thank you card for doing that for me all day. And I just put a piece of washi tape and one of those arrows from the kit and I just wrote the word pull so that you know that that can come out. So that was that. Oh yes, and when we were at the Discovery Center, the big exhibit that they have there that changes every 3 months or whatever was the Grossology one. And so I just took this from the pamphlet and wrote a little bit about the gross stuff that we learned about. It was lovely listening to fart sounds and burps and learning about all kinds of wonderful things our bodies do. So